Good morning. Um, I ended up taking John to the airport yesterday for his work trip. So I am officially in this new house by myself for the next week, um, which is, I don't know, sometimes having some alone time is good for both parties in the relationship. But a week's a long time, and this is a new house, and I don't have Wi-Fi. We won't have Wi-Fi until Monday, which is tomorrow. Um, and yeah, there's still nothing's really unpacked. This is what will be the media room. So our long desk set up on that wall, and all of our monitors are over there, which we haven't gotten up yet. And that's basically just stuff from our desks that we have out and about. Um, and this wall, don't know what we're gonna do with that over there. But over here, we're gonna put on some blackout curtains over there and have a motorized projector, so we can have a little movie slash gaming area. Of course, we need to paint and remove these dots off the wall because this used to be a playroom, I'm assuming. Still haven't gotten around to doing the house tour. Don't know when that will be. Yeah, I mean, you'll see some things along the way. Just a brief rundown. The total structure space is about 5,000 square feet. Um, Only 3,000 square feet is currently finished. 500 of that is the two-car garage. And then we have a partially finished basement, which is about 1,400 square feet. So, very large structure that we have to work with. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. One of the bedrooms will be turned into a dressing room, so I'll take us down to 3 bedrooms. And 2 of those bedrooms will be guest bedrooms for the time being, because we do plan on having kids, but that won't be until we're both finished grad school, so a few years for that. But I am going to head downstairs and make my first coffee in this house. I don't have the ideal setup yet, and that won't be until we finish our pantry next month. But I have my kettle, I have my AeroPress, and I have a hand grinder, so we can make something work. The only issue with the place we've had is that the refrigerator that we inherited does not work at all. What was disclosed to us prior to purchasing the house was that the ice maker in the fridge didn't work. Not that the entire fridge didn't work, so we were very surprised. Literally an hour after closing, we come in and the fridge does not cool, the freezer does not freeze. It's an old Samsung, I'm assuming is original to the house, which makes it about 15 years old. Luckily, we had already planned on buying a new fridge. Like, we picked out a new fridge before we even knew we were going to buy this place. So we had already planned on just having a nice fridge. But it's a little bit unfortunate we can't currently use the refrigerator that we inherited. So we ordered the new fridge yesterday, and of course we will not receive that for another week. So yeah, can't refrigerate anything, can't freeze anything. The only filtered water or water filtration we have is the Brita we carried over, which is being kept at slightly below room temperature because the fridge doesn't work, of course, but it's better than being out here. But yeah, shit. I'm gonna try and make some coffee. But real quick, the other thing I need to do, one I haven't put all that up yet, but I need to figure out what we're doing with our plants. We have a ton of windows, a ton of natural light in here. But I didn't plan on where they're going. So there are a few things that need to be rearranged, like those need to be moved into a more well-lit area. The dragon tree will probably be okay. Honestly, shark tooth will be fine, but it's less than ideal. I have this ZZ and this what are you? What are you? What are you? I forget his name, but they're over there getting a little bit of light. What is your name? Whatever. Pineapple needs to be moved. The magnolia is outside on the upper deck. He needs to be watered. He'll probably stay there. He just needs some water. Ficus can stay there. I'll probably move him to either the office or the dining room. And then need to get his grow light plugged up. And then Jungle Boogie is struggling. He needs more light. He also needs water. And then the rest of the plants are still at the apartment. There's only like 4 or 5 that are left. Then we have the pine tree, which the movers originally put in the garage, and John wanted to park in the garage. So somehow he dragged this tree to the beginning of our walkway. I don't know how he did it, because that's about at least 200 pounds. But I guess once he got to the beginning of the walkway, there was too much friction and he couldn't move it anymore. So it's kind of just blocking the entryway. I'll need to get that moved somewhere as soon as possible. But now that I think of it, why not do a quick tour while I'm here and procrastinating, doing everything else I need to do today? Because today I need to head to Home Depot and grab a lawnmower and some other miscellaneous lawn care tools. This is my first time ever having a lawn. And for some reason, it's been like a goal of mine to cut grass ever since I was a kid. So this will be fun, but we'll grab those things. And I have some homework due today. And my first day of work is tomorrow, which is very exciting. For those who don't know, I've been out on a medical leave for the last 5 months for my law enforcement career. Just recently, I got picked up by a new agency, a much larger agency, after I was medically cleared, which starts tomorrow. So it's been a long 5 months, a lot of life changes happening, new house, new job, and just, yeah, living life, having a good time. But quick little tour of our first home. I'll show you starting here, because this is where we come in. 2-car garage, which leads to the kitchen, which is going to be fully gutted and renovated. Again, these are all original appliances and cabinets, which are about 15, 16 years old. Over here, we come into the pantry / laundry room. Some light in here. This is a fairly large pantry. We plan on just putting all of our small appliances and cookware in here. And we have another larger cabinet where we can put our non-perishables and dry goods. This is going to be our first renovation project. Next month, we'll be installing cabinetry along this wall. and also a deep freezer. And for now, our washer and dryer will also remain here, sharing this room. But coming out of here, kitchen won't be done for probably another year. There's this breakfast nook area attached to the kitchen, which we probably won't use as a breakfast nook. During the renovation, we'll more than likely just expand to take up the rest of this area. The only problem is we can't really put cabinetry here because of this window being in the way. So we'll figure out something to do with that. And this is the other closet I was talking about, where we will likely put non-perishables and dry goods. And then the cabinetry in the kitchen will use strictly for dishware. Got that thing. This is the only half bath in the house, the little powder room. And this will lead us to the formal dining room. And the foyer with the front door, which we've used like twice so far. And this wraps around into the office. We'd like to put some built-in cabinetry along that wall. And probably some nice dark and moody paintwork on the walls. But from there, we go into the very large living room. Gas fireplace, obviously stuff still everywhere. This is our section that you've seen in the apartment. We honestly did not plan on having this here. We planned on this being upstairs in the media room. But we did not realize how large this sectional was. So it would not be a good fit upstairs. So for now, it's right here. We don't know if we're going to keep it or replace it, because we planned on doing kind of a conversational setup in the living room. With kind of two love seats facing each other, and then a couple of side chairs. But for now, this is what we'll work with until we get things situated. But yeah, the other side of the section, there's still a ton of space over here to do whatever. Out here is the first deck, which overlooks the backyard. Total acreage is just under an acre. The backyard is completely fenced, which will be good because we plan on getting a dog in the next week or so. But down there, I'm not going to go outside because there are a bunch of carpenter bees out there on the deck currently, and I need to get a carpenter bee trap today, but I'm allergic to bees, so I avoid them at all costs, so I won't go out there right now. But there's our dining set with our Blackstone, and right under the stairs is another deck, which you can access from the basement, which we'll show you in a second. All right, going upstairs. To the left, we have the second full bathroom, or the family bathroom, if you will. And right across is a guest bedroom. This is the room we will likely turn into a dressing / laundry room, because it's attached to the master bed or master bathroom through this wall. So we'll be able to use this so that we can expand our master bathroom, which I'll explain here in a second. But the second guest room the third guest room. And then, of course, the media room that you've seen. All right, so this is the, excuse the mess. Of course, we're still doing our best. This is the master bedroom, which is fairly large, like maybe double the size of the bedroom we had in the apartment. We planned on doing some updating in here, but honestly, we kind of enjoy the paint color. The previous owners left a lot of paint, so we're likely just going to do some touch-ups here, replace the carpet, and keep the rest as is more than likely. But that will take us to the master bathroom. So, master bathroom, dual sinks, which is good. Goes to the walk-in closet, which is not huge, but it's bigger than what we had at the apartment. So we'll take advantage of it for now. And the shower slash washroom. Our biggest gripe here is how tiny this shower is, and this absolutely ghetto shower head. And I have the replacement for it. I just haven't installed it yet, because that is something straight from a jail shower, which is crazy. The whirlpool, we're probably going to get rid of that. We plan on putting a fairly large spa style washroom in the basement, so we won't need this. There will be a tub down there, and we would like to expand the bathroom to make a much bigger shower, and also a completely separate toilet area. And the shower, in theory, should expand from the tub and take up the rest of this closet space. So it'll be a nice dual head walk-in shower, and then the toilet can have its own little room. And in doing that, we will be able to break through this wall where the shower is currently, which will access the guest bedroom, which shares the wall with it, and make that our just massive dressing room slash closet slash laundry room. But that is all of the current finished living space. We'll take it downstairs real quick to the basement. To the basement. Oh God. Okay, so again, partially finished. There's carpet in about 90% of it. The previous owner already did some framing and drywall. He is a music producer, so he planned on making this entire basement kind of a home music studio, which he did not complete. So there's a lot of wiring, AV wiring everywhere. There's still some speakers that are mounted and connected that need to be sorted and removed. But yeah, total basement square footage is 1,400 square feet. And then the finished living space is a little bit over 3,000 square feet. So once we finish this basement, our total living space will be about 4,400 square feet, which is massive for what we paid for the place. But yeah, we'll need to redo pretty much all of this drywall because a lot of it is shoddily done, and we'll do some framing. But the goal for the basement is to split it in half, essentially, where this half over here will be a workshop for John to do a lot of tinkering And for us to have all of our power tools and such down here to work on the DIY stuff. This room has already been sectioned by the previous owner, and oh god, yeah, it's something. The outdoor door is a nice touch, but we'll end up tearing this wall down and just making this one massive room. And then for the split, we are going to wall this area off, so from wall to wall, and then all of this is going to be the home gym. This is also another room that the seller walled off and separated. So we're going to take up a little bit of this to expand the gym, and then this is the other full bathroom. Was having this bathroom down here, like I said, we plan on doing kind of a spa-like wellness bathroom, or we'll have a soaking tub, a pretty large walk-in shower, and just a lot of recovery tools for our workouts. So we'll likely end up taking just a little bit of this segmented room, expanding the current bathroom into it with what we need. But like I mentioned, there is that second lower deck which leads to the paved patio. And maybe you'll see these. Yeah, there they are. They're just carpenter bees everywhere out here. Luckily I have like 5 EpiPens upstairs, but I just need to get a couple of traps for them today so I can actually go outside and not fear for my life. Carpenter bees don't even really bother you, but I have like PTSD from stinging bugs. So yeah, we'll get that taken care of. And that is the lawn I need to mow. That's just the back side. We plan on getting a riding mower, but we need to figure out the storage for it. So today I'm just getting a battery powered push mower, and I'll hopefully take. There's like 5 of them. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna need to take care of that today. All right. Well, yeah, wish me luck. I'm going to go make coffee and yeah, see if I can't get some of this grass cut without being killed by flying insects.